Hey, bong bong. There
Hey,
it
what's good,
is.
everybody?
There it is. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the show. This is the Bodycast. My name is Copasetic.
My name is Pathogenic.
Bang, bang. And yeah, this is the show for r/rap battles, our community on Reddit. It's weekly updates for the international battle rap culture, battles, media, music, the latest news from every rap league in the world. Oh, you know what? I just read the description. I totally read the wrong thing. Okay, let me read the other thing. I'm totally very experienced here, obviously, as you can tell. Welcome to the Bodycast. r/rap battles is, of course, the official subreddit of the international culture of battle rap. Find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and on the official Discord server in the links below. It's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe. A little air guitar. But yeah, before we start, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's tuning in on Spotify, on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you are. You are obviously the next level. You appreciate a higher level of battle rap. You care about, international battle rap around the world. You're more of a global citizen, and that puts you on a higher level above other fans. I would wager that you're more intelligent and more attractive, probably. I mean, it just makes sense that you are the most attractive fans in the culture, and we appreciate you being here.
I wouldn't bet against that at all whatsoever.
Yeah, and you want the best battle rap content that you can get, and that's why you're here. This is the best, and this will be the best show that you ever watch. And if you care to make it that much better, and this is for the select few, so maybe it's not for everybody, but well, I would recommend definitely you grab your margaritas, your almond milks, and your electrolytes and your beers, and join us now for the community cheers. Cheers. 1,000 times better.
Perfect.
So what's new? What's new with you? What's going on?
Same old with me, big guy. Just keep doing what I'm doing.
You're growing a little, get a little goatee going, eh?
Yeah, so thing about me, I can't actually fucking grow facial hair, which wasn't an issue at my last job because had to be clean shaven at all times anyway.
Oh.
But since the accident, I've been growing a lot more hair on my face. So
badass.
Yeah, try it out, see what it does.
If you can pull it off, man. I get the same thing going here. I get this little like teenager mustache thing happening, and can't do it. We're lucky that we're both extremely handsome, clean shaven.
Exactly.
Just lucky, right? If we had no chin, we'd be up a creek. Not the 100%. Case. But big week in battle rap this week. Definitely, there was a lot of stuff being announced. There were a lot of battles that dropped. I don't even know if I watched all the battles. We get demerits for that 100%. And then if possible, I know J.O. said that he was going to drop by. He's going to try and see if he can help us recap the BeastMode event that happened last weekend that there was no flyer for because for whatever.
I thought there was a flyer.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I don't even know if there was an event name. It's like that. What's up, Joe Downey? What's up, Bankston, as well? I see you. The UK just had its Battle Rap's first Battle Rap boxing event today. Yes, very aware of that. Would definitely love to check in with Dialect or somebody else who was at the event. We will definitely, but not today, because it just fucking happened. Right, and then Bankston says beards aren't for everyone, which is like sad, because it's like when I got glasses, I could be Clark Kent or I could be Superman. You want the option.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But you're doing well here. You look much better than me. That's like 2 months for me. That's what you got going on there. So let's start it off. We'll see if Jo taps in, but otherwise, we'll start it off with the latest battle rap league to kick off in Los Angeles, in California. I'm just be more California,
somewhere over there on the West Coast,
right? Yeah, well, that side down there in the States. The Rap Off. These are the guys who did, ketchup versus mustard. Might even
And I think, I don't know what the name of it was, but I know that Carter Deems was a cat, and I think, was it Hollow that was a dog, or it was something like that. There was a
Right.
couple of those.
Cool, animated, fun, semi-viral battle rap cartoons.
Mhm.
So very cool, and they seem to be they dropped their first card,
Yes.
which is pretty impressive. I don't know, what was your first impression when you saw the card?
My first impression was, holy shit, we just had GTX. This was like 2 weeks ago, and now we've got another league that's popping off in the same general area. So that was my first impression, not in any bad way by any means, but just was a little surprising to see it all happen so close together like that. And then my second thought was, who the fuck is the top two names on the flyer?
Right.
And I
Yes.
don't have them right now to look at. I don't know if you've got the flyer there
Yeah,
to be able to see.
I got it here, but it only has the battlers on it. It doesn't have the so I'm gonna see if I can find it. But yeah, that would have been good. Have the full flyer up. I got the one that's just shows the battlers. And
It's
that's
like
all they've been
cyber.
posting. It's a gimmick one. Here was it Bored Ape versus Crypto Punk. So Bored Ape,
Yeah,
obviously from the
NFT.
NFT stuff.
So I was wondering, is that going to be like are they releasing it like the ketchup versus mustard? Is that going to be
That makes
one of those
sense.
kinds?
Yeah,
So
I would guess that's good. That's probably good because it won't be live, right? The live poster is what I'm looking at. That's what people are going to see. But otherwise, yeah, we have no idea who Bored Ape and Crypto Punk are.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, okay, card on its own. Like, okay, just to speak to what you said, yes, that's the thing that I thought too. Is like, oh my god, here's another league popping up. But they got money behind them, and
Yep.
they seem to have a lot of people. Same thing as GTX, people who know battle rap, people who understand the culture. So I see it as maybe even a good thing in that there seems to be more money freed up for battle rap culture these days, which is a good thing for all of us. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, when we're building our leagues and we're building our subscribers and building into the culture, you know, we have access. We have so much access to hold people's attention, and that access is worth money. And in that way, we eventually get to artists being paid for their work, which is right. Kind of that's the
Creme de la creme.
right, the elusive, the golden thing. Good with the words. And yeah, so I mean, I thought it was really cool. I'm really excited. These matches are pretty dope. I never would have thought about Big K versus Jay the Nightwing. I mean, that's a great headliner.
A lot of it too kind of boils down to a similar thing. Like I think it was you and I that talked about it way back when with GTX about how it frees up different matches that might not happen on like URL. You're not going to see Big K versus Jay the Nightwing on URL. Right. And now with these, you know, with Midnight Madness, with GTX, with Wrap Off, you've got all of these different platforms that are like, you know what? We're just going to throw out some money. We're going to throw out some, do you want to battle this guy? And boom, now you get things like that. And you also, depending on the relationships that various battlers have with the people that are running those kinds of matches, you can also see various things like Brack versus Danny, which I think is on the card as well. That's not something that you might necessarily have seen on King of the Dot even. It might have been, but having that be on Wrap Off is really dope for them. It gives them a great battle.
Yeah. The idea that it all has to be on one platform is really restrictive. Having all sorts of cool ideas and cool matchups you wouldn't normally see on multiple different platforms is really healthy for the culture. Mm-hmm. Those are really cool matches. I never would have put those matches together in my mind. You know, RX versus First Lady Flames, probably because you think about women battling, but Thesaurus versus Lucifer is probably the one that's the most you would see that coming on KOTD or something, you know.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones that could have very well happened through the season had things played out a certain way. And so it's just one of those, why not take advantage that it didn't happen and put it on our platform?
Yeah. I think the playoffs would have been very different if Thesaurus hadn't choked in his first and his third battle, which really set him back.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, definitely a cool battle, and it looks like a cool, fun event. There's musical numbers. It seems like more of like a entertainment platform than just sort of battle rap thing.
Yeah,
similar to what Set the Bar is doing. But yeah, like obviously, it's curating an event for hip hop people. It's gonna be dope. Bunch of good names.
Yeah, you want to bring as many people into it as possible that get to have eyes on the battlers and have eyes on those things, and whether they're immediately coming for battle rap or not, it's a great idea to have them come out.
I really feel like this precipitates an enormous explosion in the growth in the culture. And I don't know if like maybe I'm crazy because I think about this a lot, but it feels like very expansive, especially right now, especially during the pandemic when people are consuming a lot more entertainment, a lot more. I feel like we got slowed down with not doing live events, but the culture is growing in other ways. And man, as soon as really what it is, as soon as advertising dollars realize what kind of audience they have access to, this thing is going to go crazy.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah, I firmly believe that. Maybe that's crazy. Maybe that's insane.
It's a good kind of crazy, though.
Right? Who knows? We'll see. Fingers crossed. But yeah, really cool card. Really cool concept and good people doing it. And you saw Lou Cypher talking on Twitter about how he was very well compensated, and that's huge too. That means a lot.
Yeah, and Ilmac doing the trailers, doing his best Jay the Nightwing to try and get the trailers popping off. That was pretty dope. Good for him.
Yeah, he's great. Did you ever see that Illmaculate in the Old Spice commercial? Were you ever?
I don't think so.
No, it was very brief, and then it was scrubbed from the internet. But it was really funny. It was the black guy from, I can't remember his name. The black guy from the Old Spice commercials and Fabio were having like a war, and like of who's the better spokesperson. And they kept like doing these. It was like this YouTube back and forth where they just released these little videos. Went for like, I don't know, a few days or a day or something like that. It went for a bit. It was this great viral campaign where they were just going back and forth. And Fabio was like, I'm a better battle rapper than you. And Illmaculate shows up and he's wearing like a big long Fabio wig, and he just starts dropping bombs on him, just like battling for real. And it was like, what? This is crazy. Yeah, and they took it all down from the internet. But man, that's
crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. I wish we could find it. I'm sure somebody's got it somewhere. If you're listening and you know what the fuck we're talking about, please send us a message. Send us a link. Shit was great. So good for them. Good promo. Good event that helps the artists, helps build the culture, and great success to them. Much success. Hats off and good luck.
Yes, agreed.
The other two announcements we had, Midwest Crisis was announced by No Coast, and it looks like No Coast they're really like, I don't know, this looks really dope. It looks like they're really investing in a heavy hitting card for some of their top guys, and nothing but respect for those guys. There's somebody that you have battled, XLV versus JC.
Yeah. Crazy.
And B Magic versus Dallas Cash. So
definitely two top tier headline battles, especially for No Coast. Having Dallas, I think he just was on VDM 8 for them against Speedy Calhoun, and then XLV has been one of the best writers in No Coast for a very long time. And he's finally now just got like all of his writing, his performance, his ability to remember all his material has all come together and culminated in 3 big looks back to back. I think like he's battling Marv 1, Dre Dennis, and JC in 3 straight months.
Good for him.
That's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Shouts out to those guys and everybody else on the card. I know that I know Jay Roan and Ro and Dysfunctional from Canada. From yeah, he's on the card versus Ro, which is dope.
Yeah, really, really excited to see how that goes, because Ro's no slouch. Like he's a high up. He just battled FFC for the No Coast North title, and Dysfunctional is, or
maybe I'm wrong.
No, he battled FFC for the No Coast North title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think XLV is the St. Louis.
Yes, you're correct. Yeah. It got me. Yeah, Ro's great. Ro, I'll say it now. Yeah, we are talking about the Old Spice thing that Ilmac did. Do you remember? You remember. Nice avatar. I'll say it here clearly. I rewatched it back. Ro beat me. I battled him. He beat me. I wrote really well, but he got me. And did he? People have said, hey, Ro beat you. And I was like, are you kidding? Because I'm thinking about the material that I wrote, and I'm thinking, this material was amazing. I watched it back. That's not that great. I think he beat me. But, sometimes you got to take your L's. I'll take it. Ro's good. Ro's dope. Looking forward to seeing those battles and seeing how No Coast handles this, because they're looking really sharp lately. So, yeah, much respect to those guys. Yeah, for real. And the whole team. Love those guys. So yeah, quick announcement. International Battlerap. The league, Battlerap League, out of British Columbia, Canada. It's a little known country, Canada, just tucked away above America. And in one of its provinces, they're starting up again, having their live battles and having people out, and it's really great. People may not remember, or may remember that Smoked Out Battles was is a very big and important league in Canada and Canadian battle rap history, and it got its start here in Surrey in British Columbia, and now it's set the bar as the league that's here, and so they're having their first event, the East Side Rumble, which for many people doesn't mean anything, and when I first saw it, I thought that's a strange name. But there's actual historical significance in that, battle rap has a long history in this city. And just speaking plainly, guys like Aspire were at the, World Rap Championships and jump offs and all the old school rap things that I totally just butchered, I'm sure. Yeah, they... if it wasn't for Aspire, then there would be no King of the Dot here in Vancouver, and then King of the Dot on the West Coast would be, I don't know if that would be a thing. There's no way to know, but the people like Manic and Emotions and all of the people who came before really put us on the map in terms of battle rap culture, which is like crazy when you think about the cities that are involved: LA, New York, Toronto, and Vancouver for some reason. Fucking Calgary. There it is. So that all started in East Vancouver, and that's where we're going back. So this will be the first time since back in the days that we've had an event in East Van like that, and it's like sort of East Van, isn't it? It's kind of like a downtown East Van, yeah, a little bit. East Side, East Van, East Side.
That's where the Rumble's happening, is East Side.
That's where the Rumble happens. So a little bit of history there, kind of boring, but that's my people. And they've released, a few announcements.
I saw that somebody I know is in the main event.
Oh, yeah, Wise Guy, amazing, right?
Crazy.
It's great to have him back. Yeah, Wise Guy is battling Barjay, who's battled Pathogenic. Definitely watch that battle.
It just cracked 2,000 views. Shout out to everyone who's been watching it.
There it is. But Wise Guy, obviously, Canadian battle rap icon, legend. He was around from the early days. He's had an amazing number of views and performances that will last test of time. And really a quality guy, and everybody loves him. And having him a part of that is going to be great. And they haven't announced all of the announcements yet, but it looks like a fun card, and we're happy to see Battlerap get back to live events here in Western Canada. Bong.
Definitely. I saw Knucklehead change his name.
Yeah, Knucklehead changed his name.
Is that for like a final, or is that just for this event? Like,
it could be just a bad bars thing, but I don't know. Knucklehead is fucking long as fuck. It's a long name to put on a flyer, and I feel bad if he's not changing his name now that I said that. But it's as somebody who commissioned a lot of flyers to be made, Knucklehead is the one that makes everybody's name really small. It's like, we gotta put all the fucking flyers on them. Pathogenic, you're not that much better than I am.
So. Yeah, it's also a long name.
Could have been something really dangerous pathogenic. No, it has to be dangerous pathogenic every time. Anyways, yeah, so shouts out to them. Shouts out to Wrap Off and No Coast. And that's the announcements that happened this week. So there's a lot of new stuff happening in battle rap culture. Now, did you see some battles this week?
I watched quite a few battles this week, actually.
Shit.
And some very, very high quality battles, I might say.
Oh, that's dope. That's always good, because I honestly throw a lot of battles for you to watch, and it's not always high quality. So what would you say is the best battle you watched this week?
Probably A-Ward and Loso and KD and MVP was probably takes the top spot, with Chef Trez and Jay Murda just below that.
Cool. Two great battles. And A-Ward and Loso, what do you say, right?
Oh my gosh, those two, like individually, each of them is scary, but as a 2v2 team, they gotta battle Marvin Quest. They have to at this point, because they've got the same kind of the same kind of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but
synergy, synchronicity. I don't know.
Yes, exactly. Close enough to what I was trying to think.
Nice.
But yeah, they're a very high quality 2v2 team, and I honestly don't think that there's a lot of teams that could beat them. That's why I got to see Marvin Quest versus them.
Hey, speaking of 2v2 teams that could beat them, shouts out to Machete, Trevi, and Chrome. Yes. I would like to see it. I would pay to see it. I'd pay more than $100 to see it. But yeah, no, those are definitely two special performers, and it's dope. It's dope that you have that sort of chemistry with somebody to be able to do a 2-on-2 match, because I think that that's a lot more technically difficult than a lot of people give it credit for. You can't just match two people up and suddenly they're good. It's like, no, I don't even know how they would do it.
Exactly. Well, and on top of that, they also have their own style, which they found in, I don't know if it was their first battle, but the kind of doing the punch with the final word being what the team member says, and the final word being who the team member is saying it to, and how they've been able to carry that on into future matchups. It's really impressive to be able to see that not only do they have the chemistry, but they also have the ability to create their own unique style that only they have credit for in comparison to some other things. I saw somebody say Shuffle and Marlowe and against A-Ward and Loso. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
I laugh harder than I laugh, watching comedy specials at Shuffle T and Marlowe battle, because they are so fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Speaking of which, and we'll get into it. Maybe we'll just get into it. This is the battles portion. From the UK, Premier Battle dropped Matter versus Danny Jack, and it's just like that. Like, I'm watching and it feels like a comedy special. Like, this guy is a professional. Matter is so funny.
Yeah, somebody needs to talk to these UK guys and tell them to stop being so fucking funny.
Because it's like a legit, it's a weapon. It's such a weapon. And lots of guys who just don't have it here in North America, and in the UK, you kind of fucking have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's got to be that accent too. That accent definitely is like a cheat code when it comes to being funny. It just makes things funnier.
It's so good. He had some lines in it. I want to say, what was it? 414. It's right here. It's like he says, I got it right here. What if you can hear this? Can you hear that?
No. I cannot.
He says, he's like, that's how you get your kicks, buddy. Getting brutally dominated in rap battles. You sick puppy. It's just like Matter is just fucking on another level. Just destroys. He was
the champ at one point, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. It was very controversial, or he had a shot, a title shot, or something like that, and it was like it was in a room with no crowd, and you're like, man, you need for comedy, you need to have a group.
Yeah, you really do,
or whatever. Or I think who was I talking to about this? Maybe Frost. We were like, some guys, especially guys who are more comedic, it's harder to do competitive battles. Like if we're just going to go up there and we're going to roast each other, whatever, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. But if I have to beat you, then I'm going to maybe lean on things that that don't take so much time and aren't so casual, because it's a lot harder to be that, beyond that tip in a competitive environment. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really great. Underrated. Obviously, people were expecting Danny Jack to get crushed here, and a lot of people were hoping that Danny Jack would finally overcome his stuff and fight back and give him and he didn't. Not this time. He's, I don't know what to say about that. Much love and respect to both MCs, but yeah, it was definitely a little one-sided. Now, did you see? Let's shift over from the UK to Nigeria. Did you see Slim Buck versus Queen Moda?
I did. I did watch Queen Moda and Slim Buck.
This is from their latest events from March Mayhem.
It's one of those situations where when I go and look for battles to watch, I don't necessarily first think of Nigerian battle rap to be my first choice to watch. So I kind of went into it not knowing what to expect. But it actually wasn't too bad when it comes to the content that they were saying. I was actually pretty impressed with some of the stuff, especially with what Queen was saying. I found that she was very, very good.
Slim body, all the flips she had were super dope.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I did find that the gas may have been a little bit much.
They went crazy. They went crazy.
Crazy.
I want to go there and battle.
That'd be cool, actually.
Like, because it's just so like, it's like you land a punch and they're gonna fucking throw you.
Yeah.
It's just a guy who's just like throwing his arms around. It's like, whoa! It's like amazing gas. We'll be honest, a little bit of gas, but it sort of hurts the flow of the battle, which is fair because it's that's part of it. It's part of the entertainment. Is these people there's a lot of energy in the room. There's a lot of vibes in the room. But yeah, the content of the battle was really good. I think some of my best or some of my favorite, the best that I've seen from Battle Rap Nigeria is these guys, Queen Moda and Slim Buck were on it. Just the rapping was really great. The setups, the punchlines, you could tell it's very URL influenced. Yes. I don't think these guys, grew up watching 100 Bullets versus Kid Twist. Which is fine because it's that's how their style develops, but it's totally influenced by everything in Nigeria. So it's really different. You get a really unique sense of culture and turns of phrases and things. There's probably tons of shit that's going over my head. I know there is.
Yeah.
But really cool, unique style of battle rap to watch.
Yeah, and I guess that's the perfect use of the word culture, right? Because it, in this case, encompasses both battle rap as well as the difference between what we would experience here and what they experience in Nigeria.
Super
shout
fire.
out Glock Party there, Trevi. Always.
Know it. Glock. Yeah, and I love that shit. So good battle. Shouts to Battle Rap Nigeria. Nice work on that. Filmed well. I can hear
Filmed
it very
very
well.
well. It was, if you're gonna watch it, you got to be in for the long haul, like a URL battle. It's like 48 minutes or something like that,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So it's
They've just recently gone to 3 rounds. They used to do just 1 rounders. So this is sort of a new format, but I like it a lot more. I think the battlers like it a lot more too. We were talking to them about it, but yeah, great work. Another battle that is very interesting in terms of how it's affected by the culture and how it's perceived by the culture is Danny Myers versus Lil Slap. Lil Slap. Wow. So that dropped last week. If people don't know, Lil Slap is 9 years old.
yeah, some close around there. I don't know if he's hit double digits or not.
Maybe 10, 9, 10. Anyways, he's a little kid. And Danny Myers is the bar god.
Not a little kid.
Yeah, he has a bunch of little kids. So yeah, definitely a mismatch on paper, but the draw was never an even match. It was spectacle. And I love gimmicks and I love antics and I love doing weird shit that's going to upset people who are hip hop purists because it reaches a different audience or it pushes the boundaries of what's possible. But I don't know. How did you feel about this battle? I wasn't really like into it that much. I don't know.
I found that there was a couple things that I found myself thinking while I was watching it. And part one was, holy fuck. We talked about gas for the last battle. It wasn't so much gas, but they were really into showing props for both Danny and Slap. And I mean, because of the fact that Slap is a preteen and he's much smaller, there's nothing like picturing a grown man grabbing his jacket and holding it way above his head and being like, is this a little bit much right now? Like, we get that what he said was dope, but chill on the fucking crowd reaction.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing that I was thinking of. And the second thing was, when does the novelty of Little Slap, the character, wear off? That's what I found myself thinking, because, and I've seen this around, there's lots of people that have said, like, you can't hate on Little Slap, you can't, all of these different things. There's people that say that he doesn't write his own material. I mean, what he's saying does seem a little advanced for me at a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old age.
I'm not saying that somebody wrote for him, but if I wrote for him, that's the kind of material that I would write.
And if he is doing it on his own, then that's even better for him. Like, it's
Totally.
the worry for me is that eventually it gets to the point where you either have that person that writes for you forever, or he's already established himself in the culture and he gets to the point where he starts trying to write for himself. And if there's a big discrepancy between that, then it becomes blatantly obvious. And then you look at things differently.
Yeah, that's always the trap with ghostwriting, is that you're not really helping yourself at all. And hopefully he stays in the culture and decides to pursue it to that degree. I mean, this is all speculation anyways, but I think that the number one thing, the number one takeaway is that, maybe it's just not for us. Like, we really like the battle rap stuff. And this is very much clickbait stuff for people who've never seen battle rap before, maybe, or something like that. And they hear this kid saying, these amazing one-liners, and they think, this is fucking crazy. And we're sitting there like, this is ruining the battle.
He does his whole thing, and then Danny Myers comes in and shows the levels, right?
Right.
I was at least happy that Danny didn't take it light on him, because he is a little kid. He went at him like any other opponent that Danny goes against and really tried to take his head off, and then finished it with a real talk section of his round and paid homage to the Hitman Verb battle. So it was, overall, it could have been worse. It's not the worst battle that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. But yeah, very interesting to think about in terms of, what our culture expects um, from people in the sport and what's actually good for it. And, the viral shit, you would believe how many people are into battle rap because they saw some viral clip go off and, just shit. I can't personally hate on any gimmicks. That really would be very hypocritical of me. Um, yeah. What else? What else do we have? We had Bill Collector versus XQZ dropped on King of the Dot. King of the Dot
Yes.
still doing the regular drops. Check them out on YouTube. This is the one. This is the one that Bill lost.
And that's how it's kind of been toted around, and why people are excited to see it. Right, we're talking about a guy who's in the finals right now, who wasn't undefeated throughout the season and lost to someone that a lot of people didn't see going very far in the season itself. Anyone who doesn't bet on XQZ though at any given moment is liable to lose their money, in my opinion. XQZ is one of the best.
Amazing. His losses in the season were like all close.
Yes.
Like XQZ did get dominated all this season. He had a losing record, but he was amazing in all of his battles.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No worries. This was very impressive for me to see just how well he executed his angles against Bill. It did things that guys hadn't done, and retooled the angles that had been previously done on Bill in his own unique Steve way. And it was just a great battle, and I will never forget. And Jake's been sharing it a lot too, so it's got to be one of the standout things. But XQZ said, "I'll murder any legend like turning 27," and that's just one of those. Fuck! I wish I thought of that.
He did the
Perfect.
27 bar, right? And now we can't do it anymore. It's
exactly.
Done.
It's gone. Goodbye.
It's great. Yeah, really good stuff. Bill, I think an interesting thing about this is I know that a lot of people were on the IJC after were like, oh, Bill's choking all over the place. The rules that we were given for performers was over 2 seconds, under 10 seconds. And the way that Bill was doing it was kind of fucking cheat code Bill. It was kind of like master level shit where he's freestyling, he's pulling words, and he's keeping himself entertaining so that his performance doesn't really stop for very long. He doesn't get any demerits for choking or stumbling because he's sort of keeping it together, so yeah, that's sort of an interesting distinction.
Yeah, and that's actually a kind of a cool thing to talk about too, because it comes up when people talk about Jay the Nightwing now. Obviously, he wasn't on the season, and this is kind of off topic. But when Jay is doing his slow-paced delivery, kind of letting the ambience in the room breathe and waiting until he says things at the perfect time, him versus Kid Chaos says, that's not his style. He's just forgetting his shit and he's waiting long, and you all have given him the idea that that's his style now. But it's a thing that works, right? Like Bill was doing that. It's not technically choking. Even if he didn't remember his stuff, by dragging it out, you can still keep it going and not make people see that.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing, I think, for that specific format as well. Because if you get docked for a choke, it doesn't just lose you the battle; it could lose you the playoff spot. And Bill was, I think, #1 in the division until that happened, and then he ended up finishing in 3rd or something like that. So, and he didn't even take a legit choking point. So I don't know. I'm just gonna say, for the record, that the point system was amazing. It was flawless in every way, and there was nothing ever wrong with it. And the season went perfectly how we planned. But besides that, great battle, great drop from King of the Dot. Definitely subscribe to them for that. And yeah, I mean, damn, what are we missing out on here today? We should see if homie is down for a recap.
I think there was another one too that was a little interesting for me to watch, was Lou Castro and Sheet Happens.
Oh yeah, please tell us about that.
And the reason why I kind of found it interesting was because we're talking about two URL guys who have established themselves on the platform, who are battling one another, not on URL. So that's interesting to me to see that, because that's a URL matchup that is happening somewhere else. And, you know, I can only imagine that the price to book Lou and the price to book Sheed, and then the price to have Twerk and Jackboy host, it's got to be up there. So there must have been a lot of money to throw around for whatever this event was. And I wish I knew what the rest of the battles were to be able to see if it was local guys with 2 URL guys as a headliner, or if it was just a bunch of bigger name battlers that created an awesome card for people to come see. Because it's always interesting for me to see how leagues will do that, because if you have that money and you have your own talent that you're trying to promote, why not put that talent towards pushing one of your guys and seeing what they do against a vet? Or is it primarily event based and you want to have people come out to see stars and things like that? So it was an interesting battle. There was quite a bit of gas on Sheed Happens side too, in my opinion, where Lou didn't get barely any reaction, and I thought he was going crazy. And Sheed was going crazy as well, but it almost seemed like they were, and it might have been because there was no reaction for Lou, but it looked to me like they were going a little bit extra for Sheed there.
Yeah, it's always a alchemy, really. Some crazy shit. I missed this one. What league was it?
I can't even remember what the name was. I think I only know the initials. I think it was BYBL.
Bring Your Bars. Yes, Bring Your Bars Battle League.
Yeah.
Bring Your Bars Battle League is in the States, obviously. It is. Subscribe here. Oh, I'm subscribed. Bang. There's no about. I don't know where they're from. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's on Facebook. Bring Your Bars Battle League. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. If there's people willing to pay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. You know, capitalize on it, right? Sheed Happens always puts on a good performance. Lou is one of the most popping guys right now with how he does his thing. So capitalize on that, I guess.
Yeah, the let's see what the subreddit said about it. I don't know if it's oh, here he is. Yeah. No, not much. Lou is good. Sheed is one of the most unique battlers out. Do you find that his style is very unique?
I find that when I first saw him, I thought it was, but I think that the more I watch guys like Bill, the more I watch guys like Sheed is a very, sometimes I'm funny, sometimes I'll throw a lot of punches at you, which kind of reminds me of Mac Myron and Bill a little bit, obviously with his own unique take on that. You know, nobody is Sheed the same way nobody's Bill and the same way nobody's Mac, even though they all do a similar thing. So that's kind of the way I would think about it. It's unique to a degree.
Yeah, sure. Cool. Well, good for them. That's all of the battles, I think, except No Coast dropped. What am I thinking of? No Coast dropped XLV versus Row this week, which wasn't on the list that I sent you, but is interesting because we both battled those guys. Yeah,
and we were kind of talking about each of them a little bit because they're both on the card that No Coast dropped for St. Louis. So I would definitely recommend checking that out.
Yeah, it's a good battle, and I like, you know, like what you said about XLV, where he's got everything together. I don't know if this was his strongest performance, but Row, you know, it's classic Row, lots of nerd bars, lots of cool sort of counterculture references, which I appreciate. And Row looks like he lost a bunch of weight, and he mentioned it in his battle too. I think he's down like 150 pounds.
Holy!
Which is fucking awesome to see.
Yeah, shout out Row.
Yeah, shouts out to that guy. I think he was talking in his battle, and I could be misquoting him, but I'm pretty sure that he said something like 150. And he looks it. He looks like he was really, really big when he battled me, and he looks like just sort of a just slightly bigger guy now. So can't even imagine what that journey was like for him, but I know that it's very, very difficult, and ultimate respect to him for that. That's life-changing shit.
Yeah, definitely.
I had a whole round about him being fat. And I personally don't like to do that. Like I know, right? It's very like I got into battle rap and I was like, I don't really like most of the time. I don't really want to be mean to these guys. I like these guys, and I'll do some weird shit and I'll do some funny shit and I'll entertain the crowd, but I won't really go at somebody. And I certainly won't do low hanging fruit. I don't like really basic name flips. I don't like really obvious angles or jokes about weight or jokes about height or anything like that. I just it feels too easy for me, and I did that this time. I went at him for his weight because he was going to be the largest guy that I'd battled pretty much, and I felt bad about it afterwards. I hit some great material. He walked in, ruminating on the time he walked into a room and ate it. You have an eating disorder. Breakfast, second breakfast, pre-lunch, lunch, dinner, supper. You eat in this order. I had some great material, but it's like, fat jokes. They're easy, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I felt bad afterwards. I always felt like, because not only was it kind of low hanging fruit, but also I don't really deliver it that well, and I looked kind of out of it. It just felt like cheap shots. It felt like Copasetic, you're supposed to have something to your name, and here you are doing fat jokes. Like, so Ro won that battle 3-0, and it's just great to see that. I know that I talked to him afterwards about it, and it was like I don't know, maybe it's just a shitty thing to be the target of that as well, right? And
especially if subconsciously, like, they're already thinking about it or that kind of stuff. Yeah, I get that.
It's whack. I regret it. I mean, I've done a lot of things in battle rap that I regret, but that was one that stuck out to me. And so it's really good to see him, that he's like taking control of his shit, and he's lost a bunch of weight. What's up? BJ in the house. Is that you and your girl? Oh, what? Good job, G. Really? Because you got some fucking thing going on here around your face.
What is that handlebar James Hetfield fucking that he's rocking?
Amazing. This guy. Love him. I don't know. Definitely watch the battle if you like that stuff. It's fun, and they're both very good. They're some of the best no-coast guys. So they can definitely hang, and I like to see more from Ro, see what he does with Dysfunctional. Dysfunctional is always, I thought the time that I saw him, he was pretty good.
Yeah, him versus Barja was really good. He had a crazy performance there, and this is going to be his... He battled Barja and had a great performance, and I think he had a crazy one against Locust, which, if J.O. was here, he'd be able to talk a little bit more about it, more than I do, because I didn't see it.
Did you know of the card that happened?
I know Dysfunctional versus Locust. Okay. I know Tipsy Russell versus Apex.
Was there a title match?
Yep. A1 versus Skrillacam. And I know the results of the title match. Yeah.
Okay, let's pretend that you're J.O. Let's talk about it.
Well, I'll talk about what I know of it.
Okay.
And what I've seen. So the things that I know, starting off with the title match, was that A1 did beat Skrillacam to become the new BeastMode champ.
Wow.
Yeah. And when it comes to, like, Skrill is one of the best. He's great. Hilarious. He's a great champ. Would love to see him battle again. I mean, one of the first thing that comes to mind, oddly enough, is Skrillacam versus Craig Maven, both of which were previous champs of leagues, and they're pretty similar dudes when it comes to their styles. So that'd be kind of funny, and that'd be awesome to see.
That's true.
Yeah, that'd be super cool if it ends up happening. I don't know whether Skrill is still battling or not, so we'll have to see that. But that's what happened. So A1 is the BeastMode champ now.
Congrats to A1.
I know that Jo was supposed to battle Chili Palms, and that Chili canceled on that, and that that's getting moved to another time. So that'll end up happening in the future. And I think Apex, from what I heard, was back to his old self and was a crazy match with him and Tipsy. I think Tipsy ended up losing the battle, but it might have been because of a stumble or something in his third round, not because it was an actual loss material-wise. But
cool.
Apex apparently was very, very, very good.
Tipsy's
A1 himself. And Tipsy's dope too,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his. Some people do the drunken style really well, and he's one of them. I think he's one of the better drunken style guys in the world, and God knows he's not alone. Amazing recap. Thank you.
And I think there's got to be one that I'm missing, but I can't remember what the fuck that match was.
If there was a flyer.
Man, I'm not going to lie. Something tells me that there was a flyer and a name for the event.
Scoured the internet, but I don't know.
Because I'm on my phone, I don't know if I can home screen and go look. But
well, it's all good. We'll get Jo on next week. He's got something else he's tied up with, and so we wish you the best, Jo, and hope that you're okay and everybody's cool. But we'll catch you next time. Benjamin Johnson says there def was a flyer. You guys are having that thing that's called Bader Meinhof. What the fuck am I thinking of?
I think it's the Mandela effect.
Nelson Mandela effect. Yes. You two are having the Mandela effect that there was a flyer. There was no flyer.
I don't know, man. 2v1 in this situation kind of makes me think that you might just not have been able to find it.
Find out next week as we tune in to the Bodycast with Cope and Pathogenic. That's pretty much the show for this week. It's pretty much everything we wanted to cover, but there's a whole lot of stuff happening all over the globe, and there's lots of money coming to Battlerap, so it's a beautiful time to be alive, be killing things. I'd like to thank Path for jumping on with me. This was really fun.
Love being here as always. I always love talking Battlerap.
It's dope shit. And we will be back next week with another installment of your favorite show. Thanks for joining us. Again, check us out. All the social media links are in the description below. And we had a dope time, and we'll catch you next time. Bong bong.
Shout out to all you handsome people watching.
And beautiful people, handsome and beautiful.